Hey guys, this is just going to be a video of just some random thoughts I've had about big cube last two centers lately. I don't know, maybe Den by Enver coming up has got me thinking about big cubes, but yeah, anyways, I think like even though my big cube results are pretty garbage, I do know a thing or two about comms, and I think that there are just some habits in the community that people do for center comms that if you just take a minute and you take a step back to think about how comms work, you can find some pretty easy optimizations that really save you. They can save you a lot of time, even though like this like L2C comm case only comes up maybe like 75% of the time. You're doing like 6x6 L2C, and that's if you're not influencing your case at all during your third bar. I think it's still something that's worth looking into. And even if you don't know much about comps, it just kind of broadens your knowledge of the cube. Um, so first of all, like if you if you're when I started learning it, I did this up until like yesterday until I like actually started thinking about like, oh, like big cube comms. So before I would do the comm like this, I just go like boom. So I have this case here and I just like go like that and then I slice here. Oh, except I would solve it. Yeah. So it'd go like, sorry. So I like slice, slice down again, just like that. And that's 4 slice moves, which is like really bad. So don't do that. So what should you do instead? Well, it turns out like this slice move does absolutely nothing because your edges aren't solved. Um, you don't really generally you're not going to muck up these edges too much. So instead, what you want to do is you can just do like a wide R move instead, and that has like the same effect on the cube, like that. So if you just do a wide R, like that's a really easy optimization. It's not going to influence your edges too much because it's a commutator. All it's doing is cycling 3 edges. They're not edges attached to the oblique. They're like other edges because edges or wings are different than centers. But yeah, anyway, so that's a really easy optimization. First off, don't do the slice move. But then you can take it even further than that. So you can take a look at this, and this is based off of the principle that um, it's better to do slice moves and moves that are like closer together. So like if you have like a just like L slice R gen alg, that's a really not very ergonomic alg because you have to regrip your left hand. Your left hand has to slide around because when you're doing these like L like inner slice moves, you have to move your hand over here so you can do those moves. Whereas like when you're just doing these slice moves here, that's a lot more ergonomic because your left hand doesn't have to slide as much. You have to slide back and forth. So for a while, like I mean, this was like I preferred having this L2C case here. Um, which the way I did it is I would always do if you know anything about comps, I do like a U prime interchange. So this center comp cycle is from here. It's like cycling these 3 pieces here. And what I do is I just do like the R U prime and then slice up with the R slice, just like that. And that's an ergonomic commutator because it uses these two. But then I had another case, and I was doing it like this for a while. You have like these two here. And what I was doing here is I was just doing exactly how I set it up. I would do like the R and then like the U prime interchange, and then finish off the comm like that. And of course, like you want to avoid these L moves. So how do you do that? Well, all you need to do is you just need to switch the interchange of your comm. So basically, instead of going like that, um, here, let me set it up again. Okay, so instead of going like wide R U prime and then slicing up like that, instead what you can do is instead of cycling through like this piece here, you can cycle through this piece. And this is like the same like oblique. Um, And the only difference you have to do is instead of doing a U prime, you do a U. So it's like it's like not that much of a jump. So all you do is you just do RU, and then you just do the R slice and finish off the column. Just like that. So one more time. Just like that. And that, and like you don't even need to like finish off with the slice move at the end if you free slice your edges, which you should be doing. Yeah, anyways, I suck at turning 6x6 because I never do it. But anyways, so that's like some pretty basic stuff there. It's a pretty easy optimization to make your big cube centers a little bit faster. And turns out like this alg actually also I'm kind of taking a turn here to 5x5 here. Like this commutator is actually pretty useful on 5x5 too. It works for Yao too if you try to be cool like me. But so you have like these two pieces here, and you can just do like the same comm like what you do on a 6x6 to solve this case here. So what I used to do for this case is I just do like a U2. And I just do like an R, U, and then M2, U2, M, and then UR. And that's like really slow because that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 moves. And instead, if you do this comm, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And like 9 moves if you finish off the slice, but it's also a much more ergonomic move set, so you can do it a lot faster if you don't suck at turning like I do. Yeah, so anyways, another fun little tidbit. And one other thought too, if you start to understand comms for 6x6, you can apply them to other circumstances too. So take, for example, like block comms. Like if you just take a minute to understand like how comms work, it's pretty easy to come up with your own comms for cases like this. And this case is really useful if you have something like this. You know, because if you try to do like, if you just solve that like the normal way, like you just end up with a comm. But instead, what you can do here is you can just insert one of these and then just do a comm like that to finish it off. So how does this alg work though? Well, basically, all it is like it's basically Nicholas. Grab a 3x3. Okay, so like Nicholas is like this, right? It's like, I'm not going to tell you that you should know what Nicholas is. But anyways, so here, like all you're doing is instead like you just need to make sure between your interchange, the moves that are intersecting are just these two pieces. So you do an R, U prime. Instead of doing an L like this, do an L wide, like that. And that can be pretty helpful in that case. And you can also do this for other cases too, like yeah, like this one here. So all you got to do is like the way I do it is I just try to see like this blue bar. I try to imagine like matching it up like this, these 4 pieces here. And then you just do it, you just like that. Yeah. And you can do it for the other obliques too if you just like that. So you just do a U prime interchange instead. So yeah, anyways, those are some interesting thoughts. Like I know I definitely like suck at big cubes, but like learning 3 style, like 3 style X centers and plus centers and Even like wings and stuff too, like learning three style for those different piece types, just gives you a broader understanding of cubes, and it sort of just made me realize that people really suck at doing big cube columns. At least, if you don't take the time to think about it. But if you take the time to think about it, and just sort of come up with your own algs, come up with algs that work for you. Try to like put your slices together and avoid algs that do like L, Y to R, and try to do like um, the R slices when you can. Try to bunch your slices together. It turns out to be a pretty nice optimization. But yeah, anyways, that's about all I have to say about that. As far as other big cube knowledge, don't really have a lot. But yeah, hopefully this little tidbit's fun, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, yeah, thanks for watching.